Just tell her to check it.
Again, Shabbat Shalom, and welcome to tonight's joint milestone service of Congregation Ansha Sholum, also known as the little shul across the spicket, and Congregation Ahavat Olam, also known as the shul at 1600. And today it would probably be more appropriate to say the shul at 1600, also known as Congregation Ahavat Olam. Can you hear me in the back? It's hard. No, the mic, so there's no sound system here. This mic is actually, the people on Zoom can hear much better than you are. So if you want to come closer, there are more space here. There is more space here. More seats. So I mentioned the people on Zoom, so Shabbat Shalom to our friends on Zoom. Shabbat. Even though it is, it's really hard to capture with one camera the vibe, the tradition, and the atmosphere that this place offers. We did our best, so you could all join us and enjoy this milestone service from the comfort of your homes. So welcome. During its 100+ year of operation, these walls, this magnificent space, was a witness sanctuary to so many services and life cycle events. It is a place that experienced many special moments of joy and sadness in its history. Tonight is one of these moments. Tonight is a celebration of Congregation Ansha Sholum's legacy, history, and incredible contribution it provided to the Jewish community in the Merrimack Valley. A few members of Congregation Ahavat Olam grew up here in the spicket shul. Many memories were created in this holy space, and I know that together many more will be created. It is truly an honor and a privilege to stand here today as the rabbi of Congregation Ahavat Olam and to celebrate the rich legacy of Congregation Ansha Sholum, a legacy that Be'ezrat Hashem perpetuate in North Andover with the shul at 1600. And hopefully, again, Be'ezrat Hashem, we will inherit Congregation Ansha Sholum's blessing to serve the Jewish community of the Merrimack Valley for the next 100 years. Before we begin the service, Judaism taught us to acknowledge and to be grateful to milestone moments in our lives. Please join me for the Shehecheyanu, a prayer that allows us to express gratitude for special moments just like this one. Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu Melech HaOlam Shehecheyanu V'kiyemanu V'higiyanu Lazman Hazeh. Blessed are you, Adonai our God, sovereign of all, who has kept us alive, sustained us, and brought us to this special historical occasion. Everybody can hear us on Zoom, Facebook, we good? All right, great. And now we'll begin the service, and for the candle blessing, for the mitzvah of kindling the Shabbat lights, I would like to invite Elizabeth Bahera, Congregation Ansha Sholum spiritual leader, and the candle blessing can be found on page 4.
אלוהינו מלך העולם, אשר קידשנו במצוותיו, וציוונו להדליק של שבת.
Thank you, Elizabeth.
You're welcome.
Got the prayer books for. Thank you so much.
Right.
And now we'll bring some music into this beautiful space, this holy space. We turn to page 5 as we spiritually welcome Shabbat and feel the warmth of the community with the singing of Shalom Aleichem, peace to you, O ministering angels. Shalom Aleichem, page 5.
Frayda hired police to be outside.
One second.
That's Stephen, I think. No? Looks like it. No.
No, it's Mark Freeman. Who else?
Oh.
Page 5. There's some technological difficulties here. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malchei Amlachim, Akadosh Baruch Hu. בואכם לשלום, מלאכי השלום, מלאכי עליון. מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא. ברכוני לשלום, מלאכי השלום, מלאכי עליון. מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא. צאתכם לשלום, מלאכי השלום, מלאכי עליון. מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא. We welcome the Shabbat bride, queen of our time, queen of our days, with the singing of this beautiful traditional melody of Lecha Dodi by the 19th century composer Louis Lewandowski. Lecha Dodi is on pages 23, 24, and 25. And tonight we will sing verses 1, 2, 5, and 9. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. שמור וזכור בדיבור אחד, השביענו אל המיוחד. אדוני אחד ושמו אחד, לשם ולתפארת ולתהילה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לקראת שבת לכו ונלכה, כי מקור הברכה מראש מקדם נסוכה. סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. התעוררי, התעוררי, כי בא אורך, קומי אורי. אורי, אורי, שיר דברי, כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. We rise and we face the entrance of the sanctuary as we welcome the Shabbat bride, Queen of our days. בואי ושלום עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ובצהלה. תוך אמוני עם סגולה, בואי חלה, בואי חלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. You may be seated. We continue with another melody by Louis Lewandowski. It's a known melody for Tzaddik Tamar, for Psalm 92. The righteous will flourish like the date palm. Tzaddik Tamar, we will sing the final 8 lines, and it's on page 28, final 8 lines. Tzaddik Tamar יפרח כארץ בלבנון, יזכה שתולים בבית אדוני, בחצות אלוהינו יפריחו. עוד ינובון בשיבה, דשנים ורעננים יהיו, להגיד כי ישר אדוני. צורי צורי ולא עוולתה בו. Now we are about to begin the Ma'ariv, the evening section of the service. We continue with the Baruch Hu, a call to worship, on page 39a. Please rise. Ya la 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 la. la 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 la, ya 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 la 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 la. Baruchu et Adonai Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed Le'olam Va'ed Ya la 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 Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la la la. Please be seated. There are many transition moments we experience in our lives, just like the special moment we are experiencing tonight. Ma'ariv Aravim is a prayer said in the evening, thanking God for creating darkness and light and helping us to appreciate moments of transition. Please join me for the English reading on Ma'ariv Aravim. Again, we are on page 39a. Baruch Ata Adonai, our God, sovereign of time and space, whose word brings the evening dusk, whose wisdom opens the gates of dawn, whose understanding changes the day's division, whose will sets the succession of seasons, and arranges the stars in their places in the sky, who creates day and night, who rolls light before darkness and darkness from light, who makes day pass into night, who distinguishes day from night. Adonai Tzevaot is your name, living and ever-present God. May your rule be with us forever and ever. Baruch Ata Adonai, who brings each evening's dusk. Eric Friedland writes that Judaism commends love, for its goal is to teach human beings to love. We turn now to page 40 as we continue with Congregation Ahavat Olam's theme prayer. With timeless love, you have loved your people, the house of Israel. Ahavat Olam. Ahavat Olam, Beit Yisrael, Amcha Ahavta, Amcha Ahavta, Torah u'mitzvot, Chukim ומשפטים אותנו לימדת, אותנו לימדת. על כן אדוני אלוהינו בשוכבנו ובקומנו נשיח בחוקיך ונשמח בדברי תורתך ובמצוותיך לעולם ועד, כי הם חיינו ואורך ימינו, ובהם נגי יומם ולילה, נגי יומם ולילה, ואהבתך אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים. ברוך אתה אדוני אוהב עמו ישראל, אוהב עמו ישראל. We rise now for Judaism, watchword, the Shema on page 41. Hear, O Israel, Adonai is our God, Adonai is one. Praise be the name of the one whose glorious sovereignty is forever and ever. Shema Israel, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Hashem kevod malchuto leolam vaed. You may be seated. We join together now with the chanting of the Ve'ahavta. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך. Let's read together the English. You shall love Adonai your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all that is yours. These words that I command you this day shall be taken to heart. Teach them again and again to your children. Speak of them when you sit in your home, when you walk on your way, when you lie down, and when you rise up. Bind them as a sign upon your hand and as a symbol above your eyes. Inscribe them upon the doorposts of your home and on your gates. We continue silently on page 42. Then you will remember and fulfill all my mitzvot and be holy before your God. I am Adonai your God who brought you out of the land of Egypt to be your God. I am Adonai your God truly. למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם אמת. There are 7 blessings in the Amidah for Friday night, and traditionally this Amidah is done silently. The rabbis constructed 7 blessings to be recited aloud as a symbolic repetition to the Amidah. This blessing is also known as Me'ain Sheva, like seven, like the seven blessings. And Me'ain Sheva can be found on pages 53 and 54. Please rise. ויחולו השמיים והארץ וכל צבאם, ויכל אלוהים ביום השביעי מלאכתו אשר עשה, וישבות ביום השביעי מכל מלאכתו אשר עשה. ויברך אלוהים את יום השביעי ויקדש אותו, כי בו שבת מכל מלאכתו, כי בו שבת מכל מלאכתו אשר ברא אלוהים, אשר ברא אלוהים לעשות. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו ולאבותינו, אלוהי אברהם, אלוהי יצחק ואלוהי יעקב, האל הגדול הגיבור והנורא, אל עליון, קונה שמיים וארץ, מגן אבות בדברו, מחיה מתים במאמרו, האל הקדוש שאין כמוהו, המניח לעמו ביום שבת קודשו, כי בם רצה להניח להם, כי בם רצה להניח להם, לפניו נעבוד ביראה ופחד, ונודה לשמו בכל יום תמיד, בהון הברכות אל ההודעות. אדון השלום מקדש השבת ומברך שביעי ומניח בקדושה, לעמדו שני עונג, זכר למעשה, למעשה וראשית. אלוהינו ואלוהי אבותינו, רצה במנוחתנו, קדשנו במצוותיך, ותן חלקנו בתורתך, שבענו בטובך, ושמחנו בישועתך, ותאר ליבנו לעובדך באמת. והנחילנו אדוני אלוהינו באהבה וברצון שבת קודשך, וינוחו בה ישראל מקדשי שמך. ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת. קדיש שלם, page 54. יתגדל ויתקדש שם רבה, ועלמא דיבר חירותי וימליך מלכותי, בחייכון ובימיכון בחי לכל בית ישראל, בעגלה ובזמן קריב ואמרו אמן. יש מרבה מברך לעלם ולעלמי עלמיה, יתברך, יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרום ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי דקודשה, בריחו לעילא מכל ברכתה ושירתה תשבחתה ונחמתה, דאמירן בעלמא ואמרו אמן. תתקבל צלותון ובאותון לכל ישראל קדם ובני בשמיה ואמרו אמן. יש למה רבה מן שמיה וחיים עלינו וכל ישראל ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו ויעשה שלום עלינו וכל ישראל ואמרו amen. You may be seated. We pause now for a silent prayer. a meditation on gratitude. ריבונו של עולם, God of all that is, מודים אנחנו לך, we thank you. We acknowledge your presence in our life. We thank you for all the blessings you provide, and we bow to you in gratitude. Our life has many blessings. We now acknowledge that so much comes from you. We are grateful that we are alive today. We are grateful for the miracle of our body and our soul. We are grateful for health and the possibility of healing. We are grateful for the people in our life. We thank you for all the blessings you provide, the courage and determination to meet the challenges that we face each day, the abilities and skills to make our way in the world, the insight and direction to stay on a productive path, the love and understanding that enable us to see our true worth. We bring you today our gratitude, placing it before you. As our ancestors placed their gifts on your altar, thank you, God. Modim anachnu lach. For all that you have given us, for all that you give us each and every day. We receive your blessings. We offer you our gratitude. We place our gratitude on your altar. We acknowledge your presence in our life. We thank you for all the blessings you provide, and we bow to you in gratitude. Receiving your blessings, we offer you our gratitude. Our lives are in your hands. Our souls are in your care. Your miracles are always with us. Your loving kindness is endless. Your compassion is boundless. Me'olam kivinu lach. You are the source of our hope. We always put our hope in you. We receive your blessings. We offer you our gratitude. Thank you, God. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. ואמרו we turn to the Misheberach, a prayer for healing. Misheberach is song number 4, prayer number 4 in the supplemental page. We pray for the healing of our loved ones, the healing of the body, the healing of the mind and spirit, the healing of our country, the healing of the world with the Mishe Berach. Mishe Berach Avotenu Mekor HaBracha Leimotenu. May the source of strength who bless the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing and let us say Amen. If you wish to say a name of a loved one that needs our prayer tonight, please say it now. And for our friends on Zoom, you may type at any time in the chat option a name, names. Norman, Rich, Karen, Sarah, Richard, Adina, Idel, Bat Golda, Harav Moshe Avraham Ben, Shayna Cohen, Brian, Ivy, Bill, Steve, Lou, Milton, Rita, Rivka. שברח אמותינו מקור הברכה לאבותינו. Blessed those in need of healing with רפואה שלמה, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen. שיהיו בריאים. This is unbelievable. It's incredible to stand here in front of you today. This week, Hindus celebrated their festival of lights, Diwali. And I came across a Hindu legend about a time when all humans were gods, but they abused their divinity. Brahma, the chief god, decided to take their divinity away from them and hide it where they would never find it. Brahma called a council of the gods to help him decide where to hide the divinity. One suggested, let's bury it deep in the earth. But Brahma said, no, that will not do. One day they will dig deep down into the earth and find it. Then another god said, let's sink it in the deepest ocean. Brahma replied, no, not there, for they will learn to dive into the deepest waters and search the ocean bed and find it. Then another suggested, let's take it to the top of the highest mountain and hide it there. But again, Brahma replied, no, for eventually humans will climb every high mountain and someday they will find it. The gods gave up and said, we do not know where to hide it, for it seems there is no place on the earth or in the sea that humans will not eventually reach. Brahma thought for a long time and said, here is what we do with humanity's divinity. we will hide it deep down inside humans themselves. The humans will search the whole world, but they won't look for it inside their true selves. Ever since then, the legend concludes, humans have been going throughout Earth, climbing, digging, diving, exploring, and searching for something that is already within each of them. This week's Torah portion contains the story of Noah and the famous Tower of Babel. The generations of people filling earth after the great flood sought to express their divinity by building a tower which was to reach to heaven to make them equal to God. Hava nivne lanu. Come, let's build for us a city and a tower with its top to the sky, said the people of Babel. Instead of looking for their divinity from within and with each other as a community, they arrogantly try to be equal to God. And much like Brahma in the Hindu legend, God was not pleased with the behavior of the builders of Babel, who were misusing their divinity as a means to elevate themselves instead of really unite as a people. On the surface, they seem united. However, their actions were completely selfish. The Tower of Babel was luxury, an exclusive structure designed to make a name for the builders and by extension to be equal to God. The people of Babel did not consider the needs of others in their community. What motivated them was to be above the community, to create a personal physical monument with their names embedded in it. Some actually mourned the loss of some bricks over the loss of life of builders. This is opposite from tikkun olam, from repairing the world. This is what I call a kilkul olam, a broken world. This form of rebellion and arrogance lead to separation, destruction, and brokenness. A kilkul olam. God was angry, so then God gave different people different languages. They could no longer understand one another. They had to give up building their tower to God and work on finding their divinity from within and serving their community. As we've learned from our ancestors and even from today, we can build a structure or move into a structure or even move out of a structure. But what matters is that we do that while recognizing the divine spark in each of us as individuals and the collective spark as a community. That spark moves with us. This evening, we are celebrating the legacy of Congregation Ansha Sholum and what building on that legacy has already done and will do for the people of our two congregations, Congregation Ansha Sholum and Congregation Ahavat Olam. We've been fortunate to have our tower supported by a strong foundation. A solid foundation is not only about nurturing the future, but also appreciating and celebrating the past. Many of us didn't know each other before, but this endeavor has brought us together. We are now a community that is built on a strong historical foundation and a community that appreciates both past and future and certainly the present. At Congregation Ahavat Olam, we know that there is no future without a past. And our past is a patchwork patchwork of wonderful individual and community stories. Our tower will not be destroyed because it builds on the foundation of Tikkun Olam, of building a shared community at large that is inclusive and welcoming to all. Each of us carries not only a divine spark, but also a small tower of Babel in us. Our personal tower gets shaky when we focus on ourselves only. But when we are practicing Tikkun Olam and cultivating relationships, thinking of others, and creating an inclusive environment, our tower will be solid. Ansha Sholum, meaning people of peace and Ahavat Olam and eternal love, are the perfect ingredients to create a Migdal Ahava Veshalom, our tower of love and peace, a new community where the divinity is present and the warmth and caring for our fellow human beings dwell. Get to know each other. Greet a person in this room, maybe right next to you, that you have yet to meet. There will be that familiar face the next time we all come together. Shabbat Shalom. This is a perfect time to sing song number 6. In our supplemental page, Tfilat HaDerech, a prayer for a journey. May we be blessed as we go on our way. May we be guided in peace. May we be blessed with health and joy. May this be our blessing. Amen. 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 May this be our blessing. Amen. 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 May this be our blessing. Amen. May we be sheltered by the wings of peace. May we be kept in safety and in love. May grace and compassion find a way to every heart. May this be our blessing. Amen. 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 May this be our blessing. Amen. 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 May this be our blessing. Amen. We rise for the Aleinu, pages 56 and 57. עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם דרכנו בהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ובונים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא, שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסד הארץ, ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינתו זו בגובי מרומים. הוא אלוהינו לילות, אמת מלכנו אין לזולתו, כתוב בתורתו, וידעת היום והשבות אל לבביך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים ממעל, ועל הארץ מתחת על כן נקווה לך אדוני אלוהינו ושמרים הארץ ואני מאוד יקרתם כרבות שעדיי כולם בתור מלכות כי המוצאך אדוני תמלוך בכבוד כך כתוב בתורתך אדוני ימלוך Standing for the Mourner's Kaddish. We turn to page 58. And during the period of Shloshim, the first 30 days of mourning, we remember Philip Brodsky, Marty Epstein, May Nast. We lovingly remember those whose yahrzeit will occur this coming week. Robert Brodsky, Donald Franks. If you wish to add a name, please say it now or type the name in the chat option for our friends on Zoom. In our hearts and minds, we remember all who were dear to us in life. The memories of all of them will forever remain with us as we recite together as one family, now one community, the sacred words of the Kaddish. יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, בעלמא דברך יראותה וימליך מלכותה, בחיי חון וביום חון ובחיי דכל בית ישראל, בעגלה ובזמן קריב ואמרו אמן. יהא שמי רבה מברך לעלם ולעלמי עלמיה, יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתעדר ויתעלה ויתעלל שמי דקודשה בריחו לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה דאמירן בעלמה ואמרו אמן. יהא שלמה רבה מן שמיה וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן. זיכרונם לברכה, may the memories will forever be a blessing, and let us say amen. You may be seated. I am now honored to invite the presidents of both congregations to share their remarks with us. First, I would like to invite Congregation Ansha Sholum President Frayda Koffman. Come on, Frayda.
Thank you, Idan. Sure. Lauren. First of all, I'd like to thank everyone for thank you very much for coming this evening and joining us. And it's just lovely to see the pews filled, and it's just amazing, actually. This is not my forte. I run from this usually. But there's so many people that enabled us to keep going these last 6 or 7 years. It's been difficult, and we're tenacious. We've never given up, but it's been hard. It's been difficult. And this summer we were having one of our meetings, and we were talking about our bank account, and then we were talking about the heating bill, and if maybe the boiler, if we turned it back on, would it work, or if the roof was going to go through another winter. And it's just very hard to say that we're done, because I don't think we'll ever be done. But I remember saying that we needed a miracle. And the next day or a day or two later, I received a voicemail from Idan introducing himself and saying that he had heard that the shul was closing. And as soon as I heard that, immediately my back went up, and I thought, oh my goodness, we're not closing. We're just the queen of denial. And I called him back, and we had this conversation, and I just thought, well, this might be it. And my stomach started to feel a little bit better. And we met down here, and he was so warm and so kind, and then so enamored of this building that I couldn't keep my back up any longer. Except when I said, are you going to be taking the Torah now? No, I said, well, when do you want to take the Torah? And he said, well, I can take it home right now. And I just said, no. And I didn't just no. My whole body said no. And my friend, Karen, looked at me, and I looked at her, and I didn't say anything else. And then when I was driving home, she called me, and she said, it went really well, but I got a little nervous. And when, Idan was saying he was going to take the Torah, and I thought, okay, Houston, we have a problem. But then I was all right. And I've been all right up and down ever since. And I don't know. There's so much I want to say, but anyway, I'm just so grateful and so happy that you're all here. And I look forward to getting to know all of you. And, in the beginning, the singing wasn't, right together. But by the end, everybody was good. So I know it's going to be all right. I know it's going to be all right. Thank you.
Can I take another Torah after that? מה, הכל יורד.
Good evening, everybody. It's a beautiful place, isn't it? You just walk in here and you feel warmth, you feel love, you feel the sense of a community that's existed here for over a century. Tonight's a tough night for a lot of people. I can't imagine how all of you feel tonight. Probably a little sadness, a lot of pride, a lot of knowledge that there's a future, that there's a legacy, that there's us. We will continue the legacy with you, not without you. You are part of us, we are part of you. That is the way this community will be built. The artifacts that exist here, when the time is right. No, trust me, I was here that day also when Idan asked for that Torah. And Frayda has become so much more relaxed, so much more, you know, I couldn't have imagined the day that she went to unlock this temple for Idan, and we walked in and she's thinking to herself, what do I want to show this guy this place for? I don't know whether I even want to talk to him. But I watched Idan, Inat was here, and I think, well, the coolest thing was watching Idan look at the Torahs, and I think you mentioned this temple has, 9 Torahs? And you would talk about, well, maybe you could look at 2 of them. And Idan opens up the ark here, and he's like, oh, which one should I pick? Which one should I? And he's standing here at this table, and I've got some pictures that I took from up there of Idan looking through, and he would read this. He says, do you know the history that is here? And he was just so touched by the honor of and the privilege of even just standing here on this pulpit, being able to face the ark, open these scrolls that have been written hundreds of years ago. I remember our board, and some of our board is here, and when we talked about the idea of getting Torahs for our new temple, he could have gone to Amazon, he could have gone to Google. I mean, and we even knew there was the Israeli bookstore, which had a basement full of them, some new, some old, but oh my God, the rich history that will continue with the names that are on these Yortzeit plaques. They come when the time is right. I continue to say that because we're in no rush, because we're not going anywhere. We are not. The home we have is our temporary home right now. We will move again, I'm sure of that. But we will move with this legacy. And for those of you that don't know, all the members of Congregation Ansha Sholum have been extended honorary membership at our temple. I hope that you will join us at many, many celebrations, simchas, all sorts of events in the life cycle, at our shul, at our gatherings, and what an honor, what a privilege it is to serve as our first president and getting to know you, Frayda, who I was so touched, by the way, by what happened. Maybe you guys don't even know what happened before this service started. Bob and Arlene Rosenberg, who were sitting here in the second row, I saw them walking around the corner. And Frayda goes over to them and she says, where did you park? And she was so worried that they didn't park someplace close, because if you walked around here, it's a little dark. And so she said, come, you need to move your car. And she said, give me your keys. I'll go move your car. That's the kind of host. That's the kind of service and willingness to be part of this community. So Arlene came in, Bill and I actually walked over to his car, and we moved it. But that is the type of charisma, the type of spirit, the type of everlasting love that will keep this community together. Shabbat Shalom. All right, I've been told I have to do some announcements too. Okay, first of all, thank you for all of you for being here. Thank you to you, Frayda, to everybody. I know so many of you. I've met you at certain meetings here, and everybody of you. Thank you, Idan, for leading us in just a beautiful service. Thank you to those who have joined us on Zoom. Everybody asks on Zoom how many people are here. Yeah, there's about 60 here in the sanctuary right now, and there are 18 screens on Zoom, just because you guys always ask how many people are there. Tomorrow, Saturday morning, 9 a.m., we will hold a minyan at the shul at 1600. The morning minyan will be led by Idan, but the todá Torah will be presented by our member, Eric Browdy. On Sunday, October 30th, Ann Schwartz is here somewhere. I saw there she is. Ann will be hosting our beginning Israeli dancing program at 1600 Osgood. There are flyers in the back. I saw green sheets there. You've seen them in the newsletter. The beginner class starts at 6:30. The regular class continues at 7, and you're welcome to stick around. So if you'd like to do that, join Ann or talk to her. She's here tonight. Next Friday, you want to see something special? join us next Friday at the shul at 1600. We will bring back, if those of you that joined us for High Holidays, Ron and Tootie. And we have signed on Ron and Tootie once a month. They'll be joining us, and next Friday will be their next appearance. So please join us. I'm sure we'll have a full house. A religious school has been continuing at the shul at 1600, led by Inat Islander. It's been going great, Sundays and Tuesdays at the shul. And for those of you that have not yet registered or have not paid for registration, please send in your check so we get you registered for religious school. We have a very special event on the 13th of November, Sunday the 13th. And this is a members only. Remember the members only jackets? What was it, Tello's? Was that what we got them at Tello's? We're going to call it a knowledge cafe. It's an opportunity for our members, for you, to share what you believe is the best vision for our temple as well. We have a board, but our board is only successful when we hear from our members. What we need to do, we're a young shul. We got to figure out our priorities. What will we tackle first? What will be some of our projects for the year? What do we have to delay for a year or 2 or 3 or 4? Let's find out what we want to do. And then, big question, who wants to lead it? Everybody's got ideas. But who's willing to step up and say, I'll take that one, or I'll run with it? We hope that happens. Finally, thank you to the police who are keeping us safe. They are here tonight. Lawrence Police are in the parking lot, keeping an eye on your cars, and everybody else here. And finally, the Oneg tonight is sponsored by our friends here at Congregation Ansha Sholum. Once again, on behalf of the entire Board of Governors, my wife Laura, and my family, Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you, Frayda and Mark, for your inspiring words. We are really, truly. That's exactly what Jewish community is all about. It's about tradition, it's about family, friendship. That, exactly that. And by the way, I did not look for a Torah on Amazon. Okay, let's just clarify that, okay? I did look at Amazon, many things, but not Torah. And now, again, so thank you to all of you very much for joining us in person and on Zoom for this milestone historical service. Together we are starting a new journey and becoming one family. And for this special occasion, I would like to offer a blessing composed by Debbie Friedman, and which inspired by the biblical priestly benediction. And this blessing is a reminder to appreciate the gift of tradition, of family, and of community. A blessing for the ones you love. It's a song number 8 in your supplemental page. May we be blessed as we go on our way. May we, I think I'm singing Tfilat HaDerech, right? Let's do it one more time. May God bless you and keep you every moment, every day. May God smile at you and fill your heart in every way. May God help you find the goodness in everything you do. May you be blessed with shalom, with peace from above. Amen. And now I'm honored to invite Cantor Barry Friedman, who sang at so many services here in this space, to lead us with a Kiddush on page 55. Please rise.
You better hold it.
I'll hold it.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher קידשנו במצוותיו ורצה בנו ושבת קדשו באהבה ורצון הנחילתנו זיכרון למעשה בראשית כי הוא יום תחילה מקראי קודש זכר ליציאת מצרים כי בנו בחרת ואותנו קידשת מכל העמים ושבת קדשך באהבה ורצון הנחלתנו ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת אמן.
לחיים.
Oh, this is what I need now.
תשתה. אתה יכול לשתות. כל כך יפה, כל הכבוד.
אני למעלה מ-80.
כל הכבוד לך. הלוואי עליי למעלה מ-80 ככה.
תודה.
היה
Well, I
כבוד.
want to say something about the Torah, if you give me a minute. It was very fun to look at Elizabeth and whoever was on it to which Torah to pick. It was a problem. You open up and tell you see all the Torah, so she's standing there, which one I will take today? I don't want to embarrass the other one.
נכון. I wanted to take all of them, but Frayda stopped me. Exactly what happened. But שבת שלום, יפה מאוד, כל הכבוד.
תודה.
כבוד לנו. תודה. You may be seated. What a voice, huh? You never lose it. 55 years old, כל הכבוד. כל הכבוד, ברי. I would like to invite Karen, Glendai, and maybe other friends from Ansha Sholum to please come up and lead us with a motzi. But before reciting the blessing, as Mark said, I would like to thank Frayda, Koffman, and Congregation Ahavat Olam for hosting the service tonight and for providing the oneg and especially the spiritual warmth we all experienced tonight. Todá rabá, Frayda. Thank you very much. And thank you to Congregation Ahavat Sholum. So, how about you come up, we'll say the blessing, and then so everybody be able to hear you. תודה, Mark. Thank you.
Can I play the guitar?
You can play the guitar too. Absolutely.
Just kidding.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen.
Enjoy the oneg b'tei avon, Shabbat Shalom, and thank you again very much for coming to this really historical milestone. Todá rabá. Thank you for Ansha Sholum. Thank you.
Thank you so much
Shabbat
for
Shalom.
coming and spending tonight with us.
I hope our friends on Zoom enjoy. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Have a wonderful Shabbat and be safe. Bye-bye.